Hola, knife people. Driver 38 here. Buenos dias, senor and senoritas. Yeah, it's me. We're going to be looking at this knife here in just a minute. It's a German-made Eye Brand Jim Bowie Trapper. Yeah, me and Miss Driver, we've been to the Caribbean for a week. We may have changed just a little bit. We took the salsa lessons, the merengue lessons. We had a great time. Okay, let's get to looking at this knife here. Okay, we're gonna look at this knife up close here in just a second. First, I wanna make a little channel announcement. I have 3 patterns here that I have not shown yet, and I would like y'all to participate. I wanna vote. Everybody watching this video here, please leave a comment and put in here either Sodbuster Jr., a copper lock, or a copper head. And I'm gonna let y'all choose which pattern knife I show next week. So be sure and leave a comment and leave the knife you want to see next week. Okay. All right, let's get to talking about this here knife. Let's talk about the knife, and then I'll talk about how I come across this knife. Okay, this right here is a trapper design. It is a Jim Bowie trademark of the German Eye Brand. Okay, I researched this. I got some friends of mine to help me, and Rasputin Castle is the name of his site, and Cornbread at Hunting 4 Hookers. That's the number 4 hookers. These 2 guys gave me some information on this knife. This knife Jim Bowie was a trademark of Carl Slipper, and he was at the German Eye Brand brand of knives, and he sold the company out in 1993 to another guy, and the other guy dropped the Jim Bowie trademark, and the knives the other guy make has German Eye Brand, basically identical to this. I think the handle material may be different now, but they're still made the same, look the same, but they'll have German Eye Brand on them instead of Jim Bowie. I'm assuming this knife was made during the 70s or 80s, because this handle material right here, the best I can come up with, it's a celluloid, which is basically the thing that's knife guitar pick guards or football helmets. It feels like a football helmet material, or the knife pick guard on a guitar, celluloid stuff. And they used that on a lot of knives back in the late 70s, early 80s. And I'm thinking it's from that era. That would make this knife 50 years old, a little over 50 years old. Okay, let's check this shield out. I'm gonna zoom in and we'll look at it up close. It's a stamped in. It's not laser etched or anything like that. From this time, it would be stamped. Okay. I'll let you see the handle material. It's a slick, hard plastic. Feels like football helmet. Look at the build quality on this. This is what really caught my eye. Now, I know the handles have some gaps here, but I think that's from shrinkage from the celluloid. But look at the springs and back springs. Check this knife well out here. Check that out. And this is a 50-year-old knife, or pretty close to it. Okay, let me zoom back down and let's get a size comparison here. I have a case mini trapper, and I have a case full size trapper. This Jim Bowie knife falls in between. Here's a mini trapper, and here is the full size trapper. See, the Jim Bowie falls in between. It's a medium trapper, if you will. Okay, let's move this out of the way. All right, let's kind of compare the blades here. Main blade. As you can see, the design is a little different. This knife has a very keen point on it, where this one has an upswept point. It's not as wide, but the nail nick is actually longer, bigger, deeper, and I really like that. Here, let's zoom in on it. Let's take a look at the blade real quick. Okay, it's stamped Jim Bowie, Germany. It has it on the blade, Jim Bowie, premium quality, handmade. Check out this nail nick I was talking about. I mean, I really like that. You can get a hold of that. It's very deep, long, and it's very uniform down through there. I mean, it looks good. On the back side, it has stamped rustless. So this is a stainless steel, a German stainless steel. Doesn't list what it is, but it's good. I can go ahead and tell you. It came short, and I touched it up a little bit on the ceramic rods, ceramic sticks I've got, and it is like a razor. And very nice point on this blade. Okay, zoom back down. All right, let's take the snap and do it like your guys do. If you can hear this. Okay. Now this is a 50-year-old, almost 50, maybe a little over 50. All right, let's try this blade. Okay. Got a spade blade on it. As you can see, the design is a little different on this one also. This has more of a point. Kind of comes down, and this way, it kind of looks like a pen blade. It reminds me more of a pen blade than a spade blade. Look at the awesome nail nicks they have on this compared to the case. I really like that. Okay, let's look in close on this blade. It's stamped also Jim Bowie, Germany. As you can see, it's a fingerprint magnet here. Has the big, deep nail nick. I really like that. I really like the way they did that. It kind of looks like a big pen, if you see what I'm saying. And then you have Russell stamped on the back of this also. It's very sharp. A nice knife, especially for the age. Okay. Nice back springs. And the handles have had some shrinkage here, looks like. But they're still smooth. The pins are smooth. The shield just melts right in. This one here is the only one you can feel. Same with the back side. The middle pin is the only one you can feel. The rest of them are smooth. Okay, let's talk about where I got this knife. I saw this knife about 4 years ago in an antique store in town. I was looking for case and book knives, and this knife was behind glass, and I did not ask to see it. It was in here just like that. I seen Jim Bowie on it and looked like a celluloid handle, so I just passed on it, didn't even ask to see it. And this was like 4 years ago. Well, the other day I was in that antique store, and I had several minutes on my hands, so I asked to see the knives in the case. And I looked at several, and he had a Schrade Walden Stockman in there, and I was fixing to buy it. It was an old knife and been used a lot, and the blades, the meat was pretty much gone off the blades, but I was gonna get it for what it was. It had a nice bone on it, and it was a Schrade Walden, which I do not have. And I was fixing to get it, and I seen this knife back there and said, hey, I saw that knife way while back. So I got it out and I looked at it, and I got to noticing the build quality on it. And then I pulled the blade, I seen Germany on it. Premium quality, handmade. And I started clicking the blades, and you know, this knife is well built. So I decided to get this, and he didn't have much of a price on it, but you know, I still bartered with him. I offered him a price a little less, and he said, sure, I'll take it. So that's how I came across this knife, and I really didn't know what I bought. And I came home and I contacted Mike at Hunting for Hookers and Rasputin Castle site, and these guys put me on what I really had. And this knife is a lot. It's worth a lot more money than I paid for it. I'll put it that way. So I'm very glad with my purchase here. Okay. Don't forget, guys, next week I want y'all's input on what knife I show. Y'all decide. I have 3 sodbusters. I have not shown a sodbuster yet. I have 3 copper locks. I have not shown a copper lock yet. I have 1 copperhead in my collection. I have not shown a copper lock yet. So y'all decide what y'all want to see and put it in your comments, and we'll do that next week. Thank y'all guys for looking. Thank y'all for watching this week on the little trapper knife from Germany. Appreciate y'all. Leave a comment. Tell me what y'all think about it. Next week, we'll have another great knife to look at.